Hi, Nithyananda. Welcome. You're watching Causing Claire. Thank you so much for being with me. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, so that you can stay up to date with all my videos. So today I want to talk about money manifestation and how I learned to manifest money and what worked for me. So behind me is my guru, Paramahamsa Nithyananda, and it was actually through his program Inner Awakening that I was able to learn how to manifest money. It's a 21-day yoga and meditation program in India, and there's actually a specific science involved in manifesting money, and it's an ancient Vedic science. And it's very much a simple, easy process that anyone can follow. So first and foremost, when you're having money problems in your life, be very clear that it has nothing to do with money. Money doesn't actually exist. Currency, the way we think about it, doesn't actually exist. It's a man-made thing that came about actually in order to control society. So whether you believe that or not doesn't matter. The science works regardless. But money is basically just an illusion. And in Vedic tradition, money is considered matter. Matter being the same as a table or the same as the wall or the house. Like that's considered matter, and money, because it's a piece of paper that we trade back and forth for things, is also considered matter. And that means it's something that is no different than anything else and can be manifested. The other thing to know about money from my experience is that, like I said, it has nothing to do with money. It actually has to do with patterns. So the way you think and feel about life, how you were raised, and the thought processes you have around money. So what's great about attending a program like Inner Awakening is that an enlightened master like Paramahamsa Nithyananda can clear all those patterns out of your energy system without you even having to understand them or know them. It's just through his grace and his initiation. Initiation is an energy process. And through that process, he can clear all the negative thought patterns and thought currents and negative karmas in your energetic system that are causing any money issues in your life. So I've always actually been really afraid of money. It's a fear I've had, and it would keep me up at night, and there was a lot of stress about spending money and the feeling of lack, and that, without it, I had no safety net, and without money, I didn't really have an identity and an existence, and how could I have life without this thing? And that was sort of a thought pattern and current I had of mine. And one lady once told me, Claire, you're never going to get over your money patterns unless you spend money. And I actually felt that really strange because I thought the opposite. I thought I'd have to save and hoard money. And the more I tried to save and hoard money, the more in debt I actually became. And she said, go see Paramahamsa Nithyananda, spend the money to go see him, and you'll see that in that investment in him, your money patterns will be cleared. And so I wasn't exactly sure that that was the truth or that that was what was going to work, but I can tell you with absolute certainty that whatever you give to an enlightened master, if it's a donation, if it's a program, if it's just your time, if it's money, whatever you give to the cosmos, an enlightened being is a representation of the cosmos. Whatever you give, the universe will give back to you times 100. That's even just a low example, but it's the truth. So even if you give anything in your life, whatever you give out comes back to you, right? So that was sort of the premise thinking about that. So one of the money manifestations that started happening to me after I came back from that program, and I will talk about the science in a little bit, but I want to share some of the examples. So I spent a good chunk of money in order to go see Paramahamsa Nithyananda at his ashram and attend his program. And I wasn't sure how I was going to pay back the money for it. And sure enough, once I got back, just through, as some people would say, coincidence, my husband ended up getting a large bonus from work, which was how we ended up paying back the money. And this was totally unexpected. And some people might think, oh, okay, well, that's just, a coincidence. But I have more examples to start proving that it's not. The other thing that happened was, it was actually back in the time when Calgary had a really large flood. And one of the money manifestations that happened to me was that during the flood, a lot of people were displaced from their homes and they had nowhere to stay. So my husband and I decided to offer up our home to a family in need. And I didn't know how we were going to, accommodate a family, but I thought, you know what, even if they just have to sleep on the couch, it's better than having no home if they want to stay in a home or they can't afford a hotel. So I had a family contact me after I placed an ad on Kijiji that our home was open. And through a few conversations, I found out that it would be a lot more comfortable for them if they were to stay in a hotel, because they had quite a few kids and their workplace was closer to downtown, and I'm quite far from there, so I don't think it would have worked out for them to stay at my house. So I talked to my husband about it, and we both said, okay, let's put this family up in a hotel for however long they need. And at the time, I didn't know how I was going to get the money for it. But I thought, you know what? Swamiji, my guru, he's initiated me into all these wonderful, amazing powers. So I'll just leave it up to the cosmos to figure out, if I give the money for them, the cosmos will support me. And that's a really important thought current to have about money, is if I give, life will support me. So that was one of the cognitions I had come up in my life. So long story short, we ended up paying for their hotel and, put it all on the credit card. And again, wasn't sure how I was going to pay it off at the time, but it ended up that the hotel found out that we had been paying for them. I guess they told them at the front desk, the family that was staying there, and the hotel contacted me and said, because this family's displaced and because of the flood, we want to help. So we're going to pay for their room for the whole time, and we're not going to charge you for it. And so I didn't end up actually having to pay anything for the hotel room. And a few restaurants around the hotel also found out just through word of mouth what we did. And they also gave them gift certificates for food at their restaurant so that that family could eat. So again, they even got food provided for them and their hotel free of charge. So I didn't end up having to pay anything for that. So that was, again, right after I came back from Inner Awakening. And then another money manifestation that I had was my husband and I went together to another program. This one was actually in Cambodia. And that was an even greater expense to go to Cambodia for 21 days for another program together, both of us. And again, wasn't sure how, we ended up having to pay back that money. But when we got back from our trip, it took about a year, to be honest, for this one. But it just goes to show if you dedicate yourself to something in an investment, like I pay so much money for this house that I'm in right now, that's going to take me 35 years to pay off. What's an investment in my spiritual experience, right? That however long that takes to pay off. So it took a year for this one to manifest, but I just kept knowing that, I invested in myself and life has to support me. So we ended up getting to pay off that whole thing through an interesting way, which was that not only did we have some money come through unexpectedly that allowed us to pay off, but also we were able to roll something into our mortgage rather than having to be alone. And what that ended up doing is spreading out a large amount of money over a very long period of time, and it ended up being very minimal for us monthly. And I know that, what's 35 years? Am I going to be in this house for 35 years? Probably not. I'll probably move on to something else. So when we sell it, we're still going to make a profit and be able to pay off that money. So it was interesting how it went from being something that was a huge monthly payment to, pennies on the dollar that, like I said, we'll probably end up selling and making money off of anyway. So that was a sort of interesting money manifestation of how that one worked out. And then something interesting that sort of happened. I went to another inner awakening last year, just myself and my son, and my husband stayed home this time. But again, we put up a big cost up front to go. And we came back, and within a few months, my husband lost his job. And I thought, oh God, like, what's going to happen? And he ended up actually getting a pretty large severance that was able to sustain us. But at some point, we ended up running out of money. And I thought, Swamiji supported me, my Guru has supported me, Cosmos has supported me up until this point. I just have to hold that cognition and space that life will support me. And if I hold that space that life will support me, life really has no choice but to support you. So every single time we didn't know how to pay our mortgage or our car payments or our food or whatever, some surprise money would show up on our life. Once it was, we had some shares payout that we didn't know we had, and that just came in a check one day. And another time, someone donated some money for us that we were able to pay for some things, just out of blue, a money donation. And we were able to get like 3 months off for free on one of our payments. So just all these little things kept happening that every single month we had the exact amount of money we needed. So despite all the fear and anxiety around going through something like that, life still supported me. And then another thing that just recently happened as early as last week was, up until this point, we've always just manifested everything back that we had sent out. This time we've actually made money, and it's really exciting because I can't share all the details yet, but my husband closed an extremely large business deal that nobody thought would happen. And of course, through Swamiji's grace, it did. And it's a very large amount of money that will now be coming our way that will pay everything off and then some, give us some extra money. So that's been a 5-year process. But if I had given up after the first day of coming back from learning money manifestation, if I had just not had it happen and given up and thought, okay, this doesn't work, we never would have got here. So it takes time and patience sometimes for patterns to work through and for things to align. And really in the cosmos, there's no time and space like we think. But it took 5 years, and I can say with all honesty and intensity and integrity and authenticity that, waiting that 5 years, just holding the space that the cosmos will support me, life will support me, it's really happened plus some. It's showered wealth. So I'm really excited to be sharing that. And the very simple science of manifesting money is this. Whatever it is you want in life, pick that one thing. If it's wealth for you, if that's what it is, okay, write that one thing down and really look at what it is and start allowing all the negative thought patterns you have about achieving that come up in your space and write it all down. All the reasons why you don't think it can happen. All the reasons why you think it's not possible. Write it all out. And after you look at every reason about why you don't think this can happen, then complete with all of it. And what complete means is read everything and then just drop it. And dropping it means just let it become irrelevant. Just allow that not to be your space. So, for example, if you want to manifest $20,000, but you don't think you can do it because it's never happened before, you don't know how it's going to happen, you think that you're not worthy of it, all those things, let it all come up. And then with your eyes closed, take a deep breath and just in your inner space say, okay, I'm dropping all of that. That is not the truth. The truth is life will support me. The cosmos will support me. I will support me. Whatever you believe, just hold a positive intention and a positive space that this can occur for you and declare it as already done. So I have already manifested $20,000. It's already there somewhere, sometime in my space right now. And it's that simple. And you might think, oh God, like there's no way that just doing that sort of thing works. It does. what's going to happen is you're going to do that, and then you're going to have doubts, and things are going to come up, and you're going to say, no, that's not true. That's not going to work. This is all crap. This is bull. Fine, fair enough. I've thought that too. But every time you think that, just recreate that space of that positive intention again and say, it's happened for other people, so I know it's possible. I've watched a video where Claire had that experience, so why not me? Okay, that's really all it is. Why not you? I'm no different than you. I'm not special compared to you. I'm just a regular person, and I have a son and a husband, and I work and he works, and I'm just normal like everybody else, okay? Except for I've experienced this science and this process, and I've seen it come to reality, okay? And it happens so often for me. I only told you the big things, but the little money manifestations, if I needed $5 right now, I could declare, I need $5, Cosmos. I'm declaring it. Make it happen. Have that $5 show up in my life right now. I guarantee you, even now that I've just said it, there's going to be $5 show up for me somewhere today, tonight, okay? So write your intention down, write all the reasons why you don't think it's possible, and then drop all of those as untrue and declare that what you want is possible and that it's already happened, okay? And keep recreating the space when the self-doubt comes up. Don't put a timeline on it. Don't even look for it. It will just happen. And just keep holding the belief in space that it will happen. And every time a doubt comes up, ask why you have that doubt. Where is the source of it coming from? You know, I saw a lot of stuff about childhood for me, what I learned about money from an early age. And as long as you just keep digging about where those thoughts are coming from, where the source of them are, if you just hold those in awareness and then drop them and recreate your intention, that's all it takes. And if you can watch YouTube videos of Paramahamsa Nithyananda, there's tons about manifesting money. Even just watching one of his videos infuses that cosmic energy. Just do that and try it. I guarantee I'll get comments about how someone's tried this and manifested money. I hope that comment is going to come from you. And just hold this as possible. It really is possible. I experience it all the time, and I know you can too. So watch some YouTube videos on it. Watch this video over and over again if you need to for that positive space and intention. Declare with me right now whatever it is you want, and tatastu, may that be your reality. Even me just saying that and you believing it is enough to create it. And it's possible for me to do that for you right now. I'm initiated into that for this reason, and I'm happy to give back. So I will leave some details in the video description about how you can learn more. And if you can attend even a free program of Paramahamsa Nithyananda, I'll give you the website. There's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. His YouTube channel is Nithyananda. And I'm so happy that you were able to watch this video and spend some time with me. And if you have any questions about manifesting money, please comment. I'm always happy to have your likes and your comments. So Nithyananda, blessings to manifest all your wealth realities. Tatas too. Thank you. Bye.